Since the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022, the regions of Donetsk and its neighboring Lugansk have become the epicenter of one of the most brutal and strategically significant conflicts in modern European history. These regions, collectively known as the Donbas, form an industrial and strategic heartland of immense value, rich in resources, infrastructure, and historical significance. From the very first days of the war, intense combat has ravaged these lands, reducing cities to rubble and turning once thriving communities into ghost towns. The devastation is not just physical. It has shattered the lives of millions of civilians. This humanitarian catastrophe has sparked the largest refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. Over 5 million Ukrainians have fled their homeland, seeking safety across the European continent. They have found refuge in countries like Poland, Germany, and the Czech Republic, where they face the daunting challenge of rebuilding their lives far from everything they once knew. For Russia, the capture of Donetsk is not just a military objective, it is a symbol of dominance. Controlling this region would solidify their grip on eastern Ukraine, paving the way for further advances into key areas like Zaporizhia and Kharkiv. The year 2023 in the Donbas was characterized by a war of attrition, where the strategy focused on wearing down the enemy through prolonged combat and high resource consumption. Both sides faced significant logistical and tactical challenges, with an enormous cost in lives and material. Russia, leveraging its numerical superiority in artillery and ammunition, launched constant offensives in key cities like Bakhmut and Avdiivka. These operations relied on frontal assault tactics, supported by massive bombardments, which caused heavy casualties but allowed for slow and costly advances. However, Russian logistics showed weaknesses, with supply issues and an over-reliance on irregular forces like the Wagner Group. Ukraine, on the other hand, adopted a defensive strategy in the Donbas, prioritizing the attrition of the enemy. They employed urban guerrilla tactics, fortified defenses, and precise strikes using Western artillery and drones to inflict significant losses on Russian forces. Although they managed to slow the enemy's advance, ammunition shortages and the need to preserve forces for counter-offensives on other fronts limited their ability to reclaim territory. Amidst these intense battles, symbols take on a special meaning. For the soldiers on the front lines, a captured flag is not just a piece of fabric, but tangible proof of resistance. A war trophy that represents sacrifice and determination on the battlefield. Our team conducted missions near the Kharkivka salient, as we called it. We conducted missions on the nearby towns like Krasnohorivka, Hernik, Hosta, etc. From one of the volunteers who saw action in the region of Donetsk during 2024, callsign Veselka, we've come to tell his story and how during a mission, him and his team found a Soviet relic of immense value and history. Supposedly hostile presence was expected in Kharkivka and the near zone. An observation team was sent to keep watch over the area. At one point, we were near the center of Kharkivka where there was a plateau, and that was a good point for observation. As the observation team remained vigilant over their objective, an armored column made its way towards Kharkivka. Russians drove through Hosta and a T-72 plus 2 BMPs drove into the town right next to the school with infantry. The observation team, hearing a possible infantry confrontation, stayed in their positions and watched as the T-72 tank fired at Kharkivka's school. The tank fired at the school several times, then he left with the BMPs. There was a possibility Russian infantry disembarked and occupied the school, so we got sent to check it. As the team approached the school, little would they know what really was hiding inside. The building was in reality a hidden ammunition depot. By searching through the resources that they found inside, a relic of a bygone era was found. A flag of the days of the Soviet Union was found, a treasure and honor only given to those units, battalions and organizations that the party deemed worthy. Just as we speak, the flag is being auctioned, and it can be yours. The money gathered from this event will be used to support Veselka.